Good morning. We are going to begin today with some singing, the first of many times that we will do this. We'll open today with A Place for You by Melanie DeMore. What we'll be doing with this is I will sing the first line, you will repeat it after me, and then on the third line, we will erupt into beautiful harmony if you feel so inclined. This will be our last time with this song. We've done it a couple weeks now. Spirit made a place for you where everything is new. Spirit made a place for you where everything is new. Spirit made a place for you where everything is new. Love has made a place for you where everything is new. Love has made a place for you where everything is new. Love has made a place for you where everything is new. Grace has made a place for you where everything is new. Grace has made a place for you where everything is new. Grace has made a place for you where everything is new. Thank you.
Good morning. My name is Carmen Contreras, and I am a member of the board here at First Unitarian Congregation. My pronouns are she and her. We are gathered this morning in this beautiful land, the unceded, unsurrendered territory of the Anishinaabe Algonquin Nation. We are guests in this land and must endeavor to live in right relations with its first inhabitants, as well as take every possible step in our journey of reconciliation. Keeping an open mind to learn and an open heart to embrace that which we may not fully understand. Thank you. Now I have two announcements for you this morning. The monthly First Unitarian Building Tour. Monthly First Unitarian Building Tour is a casual tour of our beautiful building offered on the first Sunday of each month. Today, look for Bob standing in front of the podium at 11:45. And I will be available after the service near the information table in Fellowship Hall to talk about board activities or answer any questions or hear any concerns you may have. I will be wearing a yellow vest to help you find me. Thank you.
All right, good morning again. I am Jenn Berntson. My pronouns are she, her, and I am your director of music. I'm joined in the chancel today by our worship associate, Chris Cormier, and I will be also joined by no less than 5 other speakers today who will be sharing in the privilege of offering today's reflection. It is good to be together this morning. If you're joining us online, we are so glad you are with us. Please share a greeting with one another in the chat and get a candle ready to light with us. I want to extend a special welcome to those of you who are visiting us today. If you're new to FirstU, please stop by our welcome table. Today, there will be singing. We will be inviting you to rise in body or spirit a lot more than normal, so I want to mention that before we begin, just so you can pace yourselves, perhaps. And I also want to say it to encourage you to sing this morning. In my opinion, the great joy of hymn singing is not tuning every note to perfection. And if you'd like to do that, we have many choirs you can join. The point is to make a joyful noise together and be in community with each other. So it's about the process and not the product. Over the summer, our services will center on the adjacent possible, our theme for the summer. The space of opportunities that exists for people and communities to expand and grow. So today I invite you, if you're not someone who thinks of yourself as a singer, to be open to the possibility that you could be one. This morning, all of our voices, each of us, is welcome. We of any heritage or faith, of any culture or race, of any gender or orientation, in any body, all that we are, whatever we are seeking here this morning, all our gifts and wounds, our laughter and tears are welcome here. Today, we are all a part of this spiritual community. So welcome, dear friends, to our hour of worship this morning. It is good to be together, and may you find it a blessing. Now let us join our voices together in song. Please rise in body or spirit as we sing together number 38 in our gray hymnals, Morning Has Broken. The lyrics will also be on the screen above. Today, our centering words will also be sung. They are from our new hymnal, Sing Out Love, and this piece is May I Be Empty by Batya Levine. Chris is going to join me in singing it. You want to come up to a mic? Sure. Share a mic with me? Okay. All right. You are invited as we repeat this refrain to join in once you feel comfortable. I'll start adding in some harmonies and layering a little bit as well. So. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. May I be empty and open to receive the light. May I be empty and open to receive. May I be full and open to receive the light. May I be full and open to receive. Thanks, Jen. That was really fun. I'm looking forward to our music and reflections. My script says to invite up a little helper for the chalice lighting, but since our kids are playing downstairs or perhaps outside, I'm going to invite Alexis to come and light our chalice for us. We light our chalice as a symbol of our faith, the light of truth, and the warmth of love. Good job. Chalice, chalice, burning bright, help remind us with your light of all we'd like to live each day, with love and truth helping lead the way. Will our ushers please come forward? Our congregation has a long history of care, vitality, and bringing people together to move the arc of justice forward. We've been able to live into our hopes and dreams because of the generosity of those within and beyond this community. Our gifts are freely given and gratefully received. We dedicate these gifts to the work of this community of faith, serving human wholeness, caring for the planet, upholding religious freedom, welcoming the stranger, and loving one another. I offer this affirmation of gratitude for the gifts shared today. Let us be grateful when we are able to give, for many do not have that privilege. Let us be grateful for all those who share their gifts, for we are enriched by their giving. And let us be grateful even for our needs, so that we may be held by the generosity of others. May the work of our hands and the generosity of our hearts be given in gratitude this day. Should I stay up here for joys and sorrows? Or should I steal? Huh? Oh, do both? Yeah. Let us prepare. Let us prepare our hearts for this time of sharing with the sound of our bowl. From our larger community, we have stones for those who were adversely affected by the Canada Day storms, including our own Carmen. We'll add a stone for those who have been impacted by the extreme heat, whether nearby or across the globe. And we add a stone of gratitude and appreciation that FirstU was undamaged from the storms
and was able to offer respite from the extreme heat in our building to anyone who needed it. From among our own community today, we have a stone for Lisa Grant, who passed recently. She was a member of FirstU in the 90s and early 2000s, and she passed of cancer. She was part of the women's spirituality group and took part in Rise Up and Call Her Name. Her obituary is in the Ottawa Citizen if anyone wants to plant a tree or contact the family. We also have a stone as well as a caring card this week for Ron and Kate's son, Chris with a C, who's in the hospital, and we wish him to get well soon. We're thinking of you from his friends at FirstU. He's always a helper here with us. So we have our stones for joys and sorrows. Every time we gather here for worship, we're setting this moment to expand the caring ministry of the congregation. We recognize the cycle of life and death, the cycle of love, compassion, and witness this that is at the center of our very sacred community. So we invite everyone who feels called to come forward as you feel moved to do so, to share your own stones of joys or of sorrow with our caring community. Always, as always, we add one last stone to represent any of the joys and sorrows that remain silent and unspoken in the sanctuary of our hearts. Let us join together in a minute of silence for reflection of your choosing, and we'll begin with our lovely singing bowl. Our summer choir is going to be singing a song for you today called Be the Change. And as you might guess, the words are from Gandhi's Be the Change. I suggested this song to Jenn because it's something my own choir, In Harmony Choir, sings often. It's from a songbook called the Social Justice Choir Songbook, which has a lot of great, powerful music in this vein. And we've sung it at Pride, we've sung it at advocacy groups, agencies, a lot of places where it's been really powerfully received by different groups of people and marginalized folks. And I just found that the words are especially poignant in today's really difficult and stressful world. So I hope that it also brings you hope as well.
So today, we are celebrating the hymns from our UU heritage. There are so many of them that are very dear to us, but usually the only introduction they get is "Please rise in body or spirit," and then we sing them. Today, we're going to take a little more time to consider the hymns that we're about to sing. In preparation for this service, I reached out to choir members, house band members, worship associates, and invited them to choose a hymn from one of our hymnals that spoke to them. Each of our speakers today will be offering a few words on the hymn that they chose and on why that hymn in particular resonates with them. And then we will sing the hymn they chose together. We're going to begin today with Lisa Boulay, who will be speaking about meditation on breathing.
Thank you, Jen. Good morning, everyone. Kinaweo, everyone. Mino Gajip Kinaweo. That is good morning, everyone, in Ojibwe. So when Jen put out the word that she was looking for brief reflections on favorite hymns for this service, I knew the hymn for me was Meditation on Breathing. It's number 1009 in the Teal Hymnal. And it's written by Sarah Dan Jones. Before I share why this hymn is a favorite, let me give you some information on its composer. Sarah Dan Jones describes herself as a Southern musician living in New Hampshire. She is a composer, singer, teacher, and a Unitarian church musician. She says, and I quote, "I wrote this song just after September 11th. I was so filled with despair, and I needed to channel that into some hope. When the call came for singing The Journey, the Teal Hymnal, I decided to submit the chorus as a chant." She goes on to say, "The song has since taken on a life of its own. It was sung at a student vigil after the Virginia Tech shootings. It has been sung at rallies all over the place. I've given permission for its use at camps, congregations who put together their own hymnal, and youth groups. I've had requests from all over North America and Europe. When folks talk to me about it, they range from parents using it to sing their kids to sleep, adults using it in meditation, and hospice choirs. Once, a man told me about how he and his husband had purchased 2 pygmy goats. They were in the back seat being driven to their new home and making all kinds of noise. The men started singing the chant, and the goats calmed down." End of quote. The hymn is meaningful to me for 2 reasons. First, it is beautiful to sing. As a member of the Chalice Choir and a tenor, I usually carry the drone, the steady, grounding words, breathe in, breathe out, that begin the hymn. When the melody and the descant join in, the music becomes an ethereal expression of peace and love. Each time I sing it, I feel a renewed sense of hope, calm, and well-being. Second, it inspired the first reflection I ever offered here. I'd never been a guest speaker anywhere in my life, so when Bob Armstrong asked me in the spring of 2019 to speak during the upcoming summer series, I said yes before really thinking about it. Then I found myself panicking and wondering, what am I going to speak about? The answer came the following Sunday when meditation on breathing was sung. A reflection was born. The spirituality of breath. As a psychotherapist, Reiki practitioner, and yoga teacher, the fundamental importance of breathing on our well-being was well known to me. This hymn aligns with my core belief that every breath I take is a sacred gift from Creator. I believe in the divinity of each breath. During the writing process, this simple and fundamental chant kept grounding me and made me more comfortable with being uncomfortable about my creative process. So thank you, Sarah Dan Jones, for this wonderful hymn and for the many ways it continues to serve us, even apparently as a calming song for noisy goats. May it keep finding its way into people's lives. May we keep making divine music together. I'll leave you with this thought. Music is one of the purest forms of spirituality because sometimes our souls speak most clearly when we sing. So I invite you to wonder what hymn or song breathes life into you. And now let's sing.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Jonathan. My pronouns are he and them, and I'm really excited to be able to share my reflections on a hymn most, I guess, intriguingly and on topic is because it really touched into one of my personal and ongoing side quests in life. For those of you who don't know why I'm bringing up side quests, I invite you to go look at Lee's beautiful sermon or service from last week. I can't think of anything more important to me than learning, doing something new. And I don't have a history with religious spiritual practice. I don't know hymns. So when Jen approached me and said, "Would you like to offer a reflection on a hymn?" I thought, yes! What a beautiful invitation. I get a chance to actually go and figure out what are these hymns that we're singing, because like all of you, I show up at FirstU when I'm able and willing, and I belt out with belly full of love all of the hymns, but I don't know what they are. I don't have thoughts about which are my favorites. I just show up and I try to be in the moment, enjoying what it's like to sing those songs. And so what an invitation. I dove through our gray and teal hymnal and looked at a number of options. not gonna lie, a number of them didn't speak to me. I think that's okay. Some of them, yeah, they were fine, but then there was this one. Life is the greatest gift of all, number 331 in the Gray Hymnal, and that grabbed me at title, and it held me with the words. Because I can't think of anything that resonates more fully with some of who I am. But I will share with you, Jenn was very kind. She shared, bless her heart, some actual thoughts. So I offer some information about this hymn, because I'm not going to pretend that I went and I looked up the history of it. No, this is my personal reflection. But Jenn does identify that this is a Scottish tune, usually called Brother James's Air. It is written by healer and hymn writer James Leith Macbeth Bain, and he was apparently known for singing to his patients as he worked with them. I can imagine this hymn being either a bit of a hard pill to swallow as a patient, or maybe a welcome bit of grounding in gratitude. Because that's exactly what I feel or felt when I first read this, and it still stuck with me as I read it again and again to make sure that this hymn really spoke to me. When I approach this hymn, and I hope you will feel invited or receive something similar, I'm reminded to embrace just the beauty of all things, both great and small. I recall the curiosity and the invitation to expand minds and to nurture the freedom we have to cogitate, to think. And I also really appreciate the way it recognizes our interdependence, how light we can feel and rejoice when we take a moment and just be grateful for the simple things like flowers and fruit, how rich and flavorful they are in their color and their taste. I welcome all of you to, like me, sit in the auspiciousness of being alive and how beautiful it can feel to be living as we reflect on the hymnal. Life is the greatest gift of all. Please rise please rise as you are able and willing, body and spirit, for our hymn.
Good morning. I'm Alec Campbell, as most of you, I think, know. Music and song have been part of my life since I was a small boy and started learning to play the piano at the age of 7. When I was 14, I was church organist and I was introduced into polyphonic choral music, which I just love. My grandmother took me to my first opera when I was about 5, and we saw Madama Butterfly, and I've loved opera ever since as well. Then when I went to the seminary, I was introduced to Gregorian chant, which I just fell in love with. When I left the priesthood, naturally, music took its course, and I joined church choirs wherever I was. Marlene persuaded me to join the Savoy Society in the early 90s, and for many years I was part of that, doing a lot of singing of Gilbert and Sullivan's operettas, certainly very different from Gregorian chant or polyphonic choral music. Then I was encouraged to join Classic Silk, a jazz group which David Hudson and Mark Mundy and Doug and Pat McDonald were all part of. And we made our first record, our first and only record, which didn't sell very well, but we still enjoy listening to it. And when I joined the First Unitarian congregation, I didn't join the choir for a couple of years, but I was intrigued with the lovely songs in our singing the living tradition. And I noticed the sources of many of the songs. There are 2 songs in our Singing the Living Tradition, our grey hymnal, which the music is called Finlandia. Now, this short hymn, this beautiful hymn, is featured towards the end of the longest symphonic poem composed by the Finnish composer Jean Sibelius in 1899. Most of the music is taken up with turbulent, rousing music evoking the national struggle of the Finnish people and its protest against the imposing Russian Empire. But towards the end, a calm overcomes the orchestra, and the turbulence gives way to the serenely melodic Finlandia hymn. Many writers have composed words to this hymn over the years. In 1934, Lloyd Stone, the American poet, wrote the words for This Is My Song, a song for peace and nationhood that is included in our hymn book as number 159. It is a favorite, and we often sing it here. Then in 1953, Unitarian Universalist minister Samuel Anthony Wright became the first executive director of Liberal Religious Youth, an organization created by the merger of the American Unitarian Youth and the Universalist Youth Fellowship. In the context of this merger, he wrote the song, We Would Be One, now number 318 in our UU hymnal. His beautiful words evoke commitment, our free and responsible search for truth and meaning, and our Unitarian unity and diversity. When I served as a lay chaplain, this song was often chosen by families to be sung at celebrations of life. It remains one of my favorite songs in our hymn book, with its evocative words and the very beautiful harmonies, especially the tenor line of Sibelius's hymn. I invite you now, if you're willing and able, to stand and sing with me, We Would Be One, number 318 in Singing the Living Tradition.
Of For this service, I wanted to choose something from our newest hymnal, Sing Out Love. I wanted it to be represented in this service, but I also know at this point, since we've only had it a couple of months, I am far more familiar with it than most of you. There is a lot of wonderful music in it, and there's more being added every month. But there is one piece in particular that I am already very deeply attached to, and that is Loosen by Ali Halpert. Ali Halpert is a Jewish musician, educator, and activist based in Philadelphia. Connecting us with our theme this summer of the adjacent possible, Sing Out Love tells us that Ali believes deeply in the power of music to awaken us to the loss and hope we carry, expand our sense of possibility, and connect us to each other and our collective strength. I first heard this song at the Association of Unitarian Universalist Music Ministries conference. We call it AUM for short, in Albuquerque, New Mexico, where Loosen was sung frequently and always to great effect. Sing Out Love was still in the initial planning stages at this point, so it wasn't in any hymnal yet, but I learned that this piece was already a much beloved hymn in a lot of UU congregations, and I understood why immediately. It is a part song, a song with two separate, equally beautiful melodies, which then can be sung at the same time. I love a part song. It's, first of all, a very simple, very approachable way to get a group of people who are not musicians singing in harmony. It also allows for choice. You can choose which melody speaks to you most deeply and sing the one that resonates with you, which I welcome you to do today. Or you can switch back and forth. The meter of the piece, not to get too music nerd on you, but it's in 3. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, da, 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 da. There's that sense, because of that, of being rocked, which, even though it is very beautiful, sort of hauntingly beautiful, these melodies, to me it still feels so comforting and inviting and almost like being held. And I think it's that sense of being rocked as you sing it. It helps me to acknowledge and feel at one with difficult emotions without letting them define me. And I think it's appropriate in almost any circumstance for the processing of big, all-encompassing emotions, or for smaller moments of wanting to shed tension or let go. Ali Halpert describes Loosen as a prayer for a world with both tremendous loss and possibility. It was written in 2017 after the loss of her brother, and it has traveled the world and accompanied people through all kinds of transitions since then. And I don't think anything I can say about the piece is more beautiful than what Halpert has written about it. She says of the piece, "As things fall apart, who will we become? What will reach us in the places we become numb and resigned so we can feel our hearts and rise up again? This music is for finding you where you are, to remind you you are a part of the thick of it, that you were made for this moment. Another world is on her way, holding you, even as you may grieve in this one. This world has their arms outstretched and is beckoning you forward. She is gravity, holding you in place as everything spins. This world is made for you, and you are made of it, that fine dust, the stuff of stars. We will make a home for all of us from what has been." So I invite you to rise in body and spirit, after maybe giving me a moment to go back to the piano, and to sing with me Loosen. And then Chris, if you wouldn't mind coming up to sing the counter melody. Loosen, loosen, baby, you don't have to carry the weight of the world in your muscles and bones. Let go
let go, let go, let go.
Good morning. My name is Mariella Keblusek. My pronouns are she and her. And today I'd like to talk about the song Wo Ya Ya. This song was written by a Ghanaian band called OCBC and has been recorded by a number of artists, including Sweet Honey on the Rock and Art Garfunkel. And it's helpful to know that the word Wo Ya Ya means we keep going in a Ghanaian dialect. I first learned this song about 25 years ago when I lived in Seattle, and I was part of a large women's spiritual community called Women of Wisdom. I had just chosen to leave my executive position as a Seattle office head for a Fortune 300 company. Although I had been very successful in my career, I realized I was deeply unhappy and that the stress and lack of fulfillment was having a very negative impact on my physical and mental health. I was exhausted, disillusioned, and searching for a life that would have deeper meaning. What I found in the Women of Wisdom organization was an opportunity to really explore who I was, what I believed, and in particular, what my calling was to be for the next decades of my life. In addition to being exposed to many approaches to spirituality, I also reacquainted myself with singing and the guitar. I had first learned to play classical guitar at the age of 9, and I almost majored in it in university and made it my life. But the realities of earning a living as a musician and becoming financially dependent led me instead to major in computer science, a little different. And I almost entirely dropped being involved in music for a long, long time. It wasn't until decades later, when I joined the Women of Wisdom, that I had the opportunity to explore the musical part of myself again. I chose the song Wo Ya Ya today for a couple of reasons. Wo Ya Ya happens to be one of the songs that the Women of Wisdom choir, we called ourselves the Goddess Choir, that we sang both in Seattle and on tour in 2002 in England and Scotland, including having the chance to sing at Stonehenge. So the song is very close to my heart because it brings back so many happy memories. But even more important for today is the message of this song: to trust our inner guidance, even when the path is difficult and the outcome unclear, knowing through courage and perseverance we will find our way. Perhaps not to what we thought our goal was, but to possibly an even better future. Those of you who were here last Sunday will remember Lee Rose's reflection about the adjacent possible, how opening one door will make possible a number of other doors and windows that you might not have even known existed. I believe my life has actually been an exercise in exploring the adjacent possible. I've had so many amazing and fulfilling experiences all over the world as a result of leaving my corporate career. And moving to Canada from the US was never in my plan. But through serendipity and unexpected choices, I wound up here in Ottawa, and here at FirstU, in a place where I can express all of who I am, including my musical side. And all because I took to heart, Wo Ya Ya, we keep going. And so let us rise and sing Wo Ya Ya, number 120 in the Teal Hymnal, reflecting on the important lessons that it teaches.
Sorry.
We are going, heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. It will be hard, we know, and the road will be muddy and rough, but we'll get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. We are going. Heaven knows where we are going, but we know within, and we will get there. Heaven knows how we will get there, but we know we will. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, 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 yeah, yeah.
And actually, if you'd like to, you can remain risen, if you want. For our closing hymn, we can't have a music service without Blue Boat Home. So, number 1064 in your teal hymnal. One final song.
So before we extinguish our chalice today, I'll remind you about upcoming services with our theme, The Adjacent Possible. July is a very musical month. We are going to have a Dancing is Divine service in 2 weeks' time and a Rhythm Church service to wrap up the month at the end. But next week, first, is the CUC National Service, which will be on a theme of Unitarians Faced a New Age. But it will be here. I was confused too. I was like, are we watching it on a video? But it will be still here. For extinguishing our chalice, I have words from Becky Laurent to guide us forward. As flame is to spirit, so spirit is to breath, and breath to song. Though we extinguish the flame in this sanctuary, may we tend it in our hearts until we meet again. May we always remember that we are people of love, providing a place in this world for our spirit, a place called home. As now we return to the challenge and joy of helping the world come alive in love, let us go forward with love in our hearts, sowing seeds of justice from our hands and peace in our steps. Go in peace, my friends. Go making peace. Please rise in body or spirit as we come together one last time in song to sing Spirit of Life, which is number 1, 2, 3 in the hymnal.